For this Delta Math topic, we are doing identify angles with terminology. Because you got to know terminology if you're going to talk about stuff. If you're going to sound like you know what you're doing, you have to, you have to know the vocab. So basically, there's a couple terms when we're dealing with angles. And I'm going to use my arms to show you. Okay, imagine you have an X and you're squeeze that X, and you're flatten that X. You can change that, right? So a couple relationships between these angles. First of all, you're looking at 4 angles right here, right? So you've got top and the bottom, the left and the right. And see here, left, yeah, left. My left is your left. That's good. So left and the right. And if I were to squeeze my X, that means this angle is going to be the same, is also squeezing with this angle. Or look at my left and my right. They're also widening and narrowing at the same rate. So those are called vertical angles. So vertical angles just means they're like opposites. And when I just stretch and squeeze my X, for example, or two intersecting lines, they're going to always be equal. That's the relationship. Another word that you'll hear is adjacent, which just means it's next to. So think of them as like angle neighbors. Okay, so this angle is adjacent to this angle right here. Okay, any two that are just right next to each other are going to be adjacent. Supplementary and complementary are, you've got 2 angles and together they're going to make either a perfect corner. Complementary, so imagine someone complimenting you on the side corner of the street, right, or the corner of the street. Complementary is 90 degrees. Supplementary straight line, 180 degrees. So whether that's like 130 plus a 50 degree angle, together they will combine to make 180 degrees. So those are just some of the angle terms that we will hear. So they're going to ask about, actually in the 2 examples I pulled, I only saw them asking really about vertical angles, but it's still good for you to know. You have to just be careful on these to make sure that you understand that you are getting the right letters, because I think that's the area where you'll make the most mistakes, and they're just silly mistakes. You guys are smart and can figure it out, but you might rush and miss it. So it says the M angle MSN, which means the measure of angle MSN is 89. So if I looked at M and then S and then N, you really got to pay attention to this is the angle that I'm looking at. I'm looking at angle 6 right there. Okay. MSN. So just pay attention, because you're going to get those points wrong sometimes. PSL, how does that relate? So here's P, here's S, and here's L. So I'm comparing that to that. So here, I'm so excited. It's like my arms, right? It's like the top and the bottom of my arms. They're going to be equal no matter what. Those are called vertical angles. And that's all you have to say, really. They're going to be the same. So if this is 89, that's 89. And that's it. Okay. And then they give you a nice little picture so that you can see. Look, there's your nice little picture and explanation. They do a good job with their explanations in Delta Math. I got to give them that. Some programs do not. Same thing here, TYW, TYW. So I'm looking at this one compared to UYV, UYV. So I'm looking at that one. Also, once again, vertical, they're going to be equal. So if one is 70, the other is 70. And that's all you got to do on that assignment. Okay. Let me give you again that nice explanation with the visual that will help you.